Hello, everybody. Hello. Oh my goodness. What's up, Chris? Sorry, guys. We are now starting. Sorry for the wait. Hey, Sammy! You're here for the start of the stream! Yay! Glad you can make it. Hello. Oh my goodness. Alright, sorry. So, we have, obviously a new angle, because, we don't have a Marcus tonight. So, we have two angles. Hello. Up close and personal. And the far away angle. Oh, you didn't work today? Okay. Alright, well, hey. I'm glad you're enjoying your day off and watching the stream, because it's my, I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that this is what you do for your relaxing time. So, I got some boost in the cup, Very premium homemade boost. Not homemade, kind of homemade. I made it at home. So, Oh my gosh. How's everybody doing today? Doing alright? Doing good? Staying alive? That snow's a killer in Jersey, so please be careful. That black ice. Not amazing. Not black ice. Alright, don't get that confused. Black ice. Alright? I said black ice the other day to somebody, like, oh yeah, don't, just watch out on your way out. There's a lot of black ice in the parking lot. And they were like, why are there so many black guys in the parking lot? And I'm like, no, not black guys. Definitely not black guys in the parking lot. I mean, there might be. There may be. But no, it's not what I was talking about. Doggo loved it. Getting drunk playing Animal Crossing. Yes! Good. Play that Animal Crossing. Play the shit out of Animal Crossing, dude. Hell yeah. Oh my gosh. This is phenomenal. I have to... Hold on. No, wrong button. Hold on. Here you go, like this. So, I figured out... Alright, that my TV remote for this TV, right? Anytime I try to change anything, right? If I try to change the inputs, both of these TVs, if they're on, work with this remote. Now, what I also figured out is that because of the what's it called? I'm gonna just call it the indicator. I can't. The word is not coming to my head right now. But the infrared laser that they have inside of the remote works for my LED strips as well. Not the cloud lights, thankfully, but the LED strips that go all the way around my room. Here, I'm gonna show you guys. These go all the way around my room, and I can control it with this remote. Watch. I'm not even lying. Here, this is the up arrow, okay? Turns them off. But anyway, yeah, I figured that a little bit ago. It was very frustrating today because this TV in the back wasn't working. So I was trying to turn it off and figure it out, and I was changing inputs and stuff, and both of these were changing at the same time, so I had to turn this one off and fix this one. And as I was doing it, mind you, I think at the beginning of this week at some point, I lost the remote in my room somewhere for the LED strip that's all the way around my room. And I was messing with this, and I press up, and it turns it on, and I'm like, yes, I have another remote now. I am a wizard. I try to be, you know, in some aspects of my life. But yeah, that was exciting. That's what happened that excited me this week, if you guys were wondering. But yeah, I'm glad that you guys are just chilling out, vibing, watching the podcast. Again, I appreciate anybody who comes here and watches a podcast. But man, it's weird. It's weird not having Marcus here. Now, as I've explained before, Marcus is a co-host of the show, but he's not like a permanent guest. So if he has work or another obligation to go to, then he's going to go to that, you know, and I will obviously, if it's a Tuesday or Thursday, be here with you guys. But it's a little weird not having somebody else in the room, you know. I'm not used to talking to the camera because you guys are there, not Marcus. So this is every time that this happens, when it's just us and my own devices, it's a different experience, a learning curve, and I like it, but it's it's an experience. But just because we don't have Marcus in the studio tonight doesn't mean that we're not going to have a great conversation, because Chris, one of our viewers and close friend, wants to, I asked him to come onto the podcast tonight. Yes, Chris is a permanent viewer. Not used to talking to yourself, huh? No, I talk to myself all the time. Come on, Sammy. Come on. You expect any more of me? I talk to myself all the time. I talk to myself constantly throughout the day. But, yeah. This music is a little depressing. I'm like, I have to find some copyrighted music, uncopyrighted music, so that I can kind of play it for you guys when we first vibe out in, you know, the first 30 minutes or so, or at least until I remember to turn it off. But I gotta find some really good like tracks that I can play, and I only have one playlist on Spotify that's uncopyrighted lo-fi pop music. So if I can get either multi-personal syndrome is a sign of insanity. Noted. Don't worry, I've already talked to a therapist about it. Anyway. Back to, let's just scrap everything that was just going on. So the reason that I called tonight, Exploring the Unknown, is because I want to talk about just the unknown. You know, things that you personally may not know about, or something that, you know, you may know a little bit about, but it's still kind of out of your knowledge on how it works or what it is or whatever it may be, or it's just something that's an all-around spectacle to look at, or experience, because there's a lot of mysteries in our world, like the ocean. We've explored, I think, 1% of the ocean. A very small portion of the ocean, and guess what makes up 70% of Earth's composition? The oceans. So, I mean, but anyway, that's gonna be our general topic for tonight. But as far as multiple personality syndrome goes, That's damn. I would not want to have multiple people in my head. That would not be fun. Split did not look like a fun movie for the guy, you know? Why did I put my cup back here? See, this is why I can't be by myself, because I just do everything that, you know. I need a second set of eyes to watch over me. Not tell me to do anything, just to be there to watch me, so that I have someone to think about. Like, all right, don't fuck up and do something stupid. You know? So if I had actually, you know what? If I had multiple people in my head all at once, I wouldn't even have to have somebody else here. I could just have multiple conversations with, like, 4 different kinds of me inside my own head. Problem solved. Don't ever have to have guests ever again. Just have to keep picking up new personalities. Or I could just make you guys think that I'm crazy and start talking to myself constantly. Just saying. It's a possibility. It is. I could do it. Could totally do it. No problem. No questions asked. And if I couldn't do it well, I would just, like, do massive amounts of drugs and develop the disorder naturally. Man. I really took a left turn with that one, huh? Sounds like fun, though. I would love to have multiple of me inside of my head. It's like that episode of Teen Titans where Raven splits into all different colors and all of her personalities are, like, split. Yeah. Listen, if you didn't have a crush on Raven when watching Teen Titans, anyway, I'm glad that you guys understand the topic now. Oh my god. But, yeah. Let me know what you guys think it would be a good starter topic to this whole situation. Because I wanna figure out, I want to figure out how a lot let's make it like a how it's made type deal. How it's made is when I was a driver, I drank so much energy drinks and smoked so many cigarettes, I thought I started talking to a rock named Ralph. Dude. I drank so much energy drinks and smoked so many cigarettes that I started talking to a rock named Ralph. I mean, Ralph might have been a cool dude, though. So, like, I don't think that would be a total loss. You did get a new friend out of the deal. Just saying. Energy drink. All it took was energy drinks and cigarettes, and you had a new friend named Ralph. Who cares if he's inanimate? Who cares if he has a stone cold personality? His name's fucking Ralph. He still is. Look, he's still in your life. Look at that. Look at that. Now you have a lifelong friend that'll never betray you. Seems like a win-win-win-win situation. Everybody's winning. Just saying. You guys like my custom cup? Oh, yeah. Senior class. Oh, yeah. This was from... Come on. Focus. Focus. Focus hocus. There we go. Senior class. Oh, yeah. Quarantined. Hashtags. This is from my buddy, my buddy Nick. His mom makes a lot of cups and stuff. I would show you the bottom, but I don't want to spill anything because there is liquid in here. But it's Cindy's Craft Shack, and this is a hand wash only. But hey, I do not hand wash it. Me and him got into a big fight the last time. Oh my god, what did you do to Ralph, Chris? Huh? What did Ralph ever? What? He only wanted the best for you. Whatever. Why? Why'd you guys fight? I want to know now. When you, yeah. When you get on, we're gonna talk about this Ralph situation. All right. Cause geez, you can't. Ralph, come on, man, come on. You can't be kicking Ralph out of here. It's a disgrace to get rid of Ralph. Ralph is an essential employee in your life, and you got to get him back. Who cares if he's in a relationship with your mom? Just saying. Ralph's a good dad. Just accept it, you know? It's totally fine if that's the case. It's okay. It's all right. Just accept it. Ralph is now your dad and your best friend. Don't be mad at me. I'm just stating the facts, you know? Stating facts. But we're going to hear more about this Ralph situation. All right? When you get your butt in here, we're going to be talking about Ralph. All right? Ralph. Okay. Sorry. Ralph is just stuck in my head, man. These glasses are also stuck in my head. But we have to wear them because I am blind. You know what? Did they... Nah, he has a kid with his wife. Dang. Dude, he is a little Ralph. There's a little Ralph out there somewhere, man. I'm so happy for Ralph. He deserves that. He deserves that completely. 100%. Ralph deserves only the best. Unfortunately. So if he has a wife and kids, I'm so happy for him. Oh my goodness. I just had tacos before this. It was not a good idea. Got that indigestion. Nah, well, not indigestion. It's just burps. So, yeah. But, oh, jeez. Ooh. We're updating. Hold on. Oh, jeez. Launch. Okay. Alright. So, Chris. I'm still stuck on this Ralph guy, man. It's really unfortunate to hear that you got into a fight with Ralph. I mean, it's okay. Shit happens, you know. But, you know. What service do you want me to call? Oh, you can call me on anything. I'm just going to use the audio. I'm going to put Marcus's mic close to my phone and I'll be able to talk that way. But, you can call me on whatever you would like. Okay. Alright. Very nice. Good time. Boom. I'm trying to get something for you guys to stare at. Let's do... Let's do this one. But in my color scheme. Purple peeper pleaser. Whoa. Oh, we got our call in. Here we go. Hello, sir. Give me un momento. I'm setting up your microphone. All right, let's see how this situation plays out.
I'll have Sam tell me if it doesn't work right.
All right, that sounds good to me. Oh, jeez. All right, we're not. Okay, all right. I think we're good. But how are you tonight, sir?
Pretty good. Got the first night in a while we don't have you on the TV in the living room.
Oh, really? Where am I at tonight?
Both of our phones. Sam's playing Animal Crossing with our friend Nikki.
Okay, all right. Sorry, I've never.
You want to hear the Ballad of Ralph? I hear.
Yes, I want to hear the Ballad of Ralph because if this man's name is really Ralph, I don't think I could really get into any kind of disagreement with him. So I don't see how you could have.
Alright, so some backstory on Ralph. So we'll start with how Ralph came to be Ralph.
Okay.
So I was running must have been 111 hour week
Right.
of driving. I was driving from New Jersey to Norfolk, Virginia, and back to Jersey for 4 days straight.
Right.
I did not eat. I did not sleep. I was basically surviving off of NOS energy drinks and menthol cigarettes for an entire week.
That's rough.
And it got to the point where I started to have conversations in my head, and then there was this little statue that somebody made out of a rock with some putty, and it had a water bottle cap as its hat. And I drew a smiley face on it, and Ralph became Ralph, and me and him used to talk for the whole drive, hours on hours. I learned real good things about him. He learned real good things about me.
Well, there you go. I mean, friends pop up in the weirdest places.
Well, so he's got his own personal story that I think he'd be willing to share.
Okay.
So Ralph is about 70 to 80-ish years old. He fought in the Vietnam War. He's a quadriplegic. He lost his younger brother, Pebbles, to the Viet Cong. When he came home, since he had no arms and legs,
Right.
they kind of just threw him to the wind. The government didn't like him, so
Damn.
that was it. He was kind of an asshole.
I mean, it seems like that's happened with Vietnam vets, but I'm really surprised that they threw Ralph out.
Yeah, so I was letting him sleep in my work van.
Oh, all right, okay.
So he had his own little house, and then, but while I was away for a couple of days,
Right.
came back and I had to do another long trip with him and down to Virginia, and when he told me that he had a kid on the way with a stripper that he met at a $2 whorehouse.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
It'd be like that sometimes, you know.
Yeah. His wife's not that good looking.
Yeah, that also happens from time to time.
And his son, he's growing up to be a good boy. He's named after his uncle Pebbles. He's Pebble Jr.
Pebble Jr.
Yeah. But other than that, before Ralph was shipped back to the wonderful state of New Jersey from the Vietnam War, he was from the Colorado Rockies, and his favorite beer of choice is Coors Light.
Coors Light, okay. All right. Well, I mean,
but me.
so what? I mean, geez, man. You're really coming at me with some heavy hitting stories. Because I mean, first you start me off with Ralph, right? And Ralph is a badass himself, coming straight from Vietnam back to Jersey, taking trips with you to Virginia and back. Seems like he has a pretty fulfilling life, and great taste in alcohol. Now, Pebbles, on the other hand, Pebbles is another anomaly to me because it seems like he was destined to become, maybe greater than his dad. What would you think on that? Would you think that Pebbles is destined to take over the throne of Ralph, or what's the deal with that?
Nah, Pebbles is a crack baby. He ain't doing nothing with his life.
Well, it's all right. Pebbles, the rock comes for you, and when the rock is cooking, it's vicious,
Yeah. So the reason me and him got into a fight.
Yes, I gotta hear about this.
So the one trip that I took, that was actually my last trip.
Right.
To Virginia before I got out of the shop and went out into the field.
Okay.
So I wasn't spending as much time with him. So I removed him from the work truck and rehoused him into my personal vehicle.
Okay.
Where he met all of my friends that he's only ever heard stories about.
Right.
So I was driving to where the hell was I going? The place in Virginia that had the battle museum. The Revolutionary War Battle Museum.
Okay.
Starts with a W. I can't remember. It's in Virginia. We went there for a Halloween party, kind of festival thing. We were driving down, and my mind starts wandering, and I just start talking to him in my mind, and I'm laughing, and the people in the car are like, what the fuck are you talking to?
Right.
And I said, this is Ralph. He's real cool. Gave him the backstory and everything. And they're like, it's just a fucking golf ball. And I was like, oh, you shouldn't have said that.
That motherfucker.
Ralph started calling them names, and thus I had to be a messenger. And then they were all getting mad at me because Ralph was calling them to see you next Tuesday all day.
Damn.
So, and that one thing led to another. And then me and him got into an argument. I said, you shouldn't have said that. And he's like, I don't give a shit what you think. I'm a Vietnam vet. I've killed more people than you've seen.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then while I had all the windows down one night, he decided to attack me while I was driving. Where a gust of wind kind of just picked his quadriplegic ass up and threw him right in my forehead.
Damn.
So I left him in my old truck. Actually, I left him in my old truck when I sold it to my dad. I feel like me and him have to reconnect. I have to go and get him out of. Put him into my new truck.
I feel like that would be useful. As long as it's a healthy relationship that you guys construct, I feel like you guys could, just completely hit it off again. Like maybe it's even as good as it used to be. Maybe even better.
Yeah, me and him used to have great conversations about guns.
I mean, hey, you gotta stay strapped. I personally cannot for the next 2 years. So, I much appreciate a good old relationship over something that hits as hard as that does. Literally.
Yeah.
Literally.
So wait, why can't you get guns for the next 2 years?
Because I have my April 20th card.
Oh.
Yeah. That restricts me from purchasing or owning a firearm.
Forever.
Yes. Well, not forever. It's 2 years. I have to not have my card for 2 years.
Oh, so you're planning on getting rid of it eventually?
Well, eventually I'm not gonna need it. You know, I mean, I'll be able to receive it legally without one. I might keep it. We'll see if I renew it. But to the eyes of the state, I am a legal. I am looked at as a drug dealer. That's what they classify me as.
Yes, I remember you and me had this conversation.
Yes. So, because of that, I'm not allowed to own a firearm.
Yes.
Do I need to own one right now? Not really. Not the first thing on my mind, you know. But
it's always the first and last thing on my mind.
See,
I got a funny story about FIDs actually.
Okay.
I should probably stop giving. I should probably stop giving references to people to get them.
Right.
Because I had a buddy of mine that I worked with a few times up in Trenton. He's a state police officer that works for the Knicks building. And he called me one day, and right maybe like halfway through 2020, you know, so the pandemic was going on, and everybody that I was friends with wanted to get a FID and everything. So
now, well, hold on. For everybody watching, what is a FID?
Firearms purchasing card.
Okay.
Or well, firearms license to some people.
Right. So it's just a license for you to purchase. You're able to purchase a firearm.
Yes, in the state of New Jersey, this is the license saying that I've been background checked and psychiatrically evaluated and fingerprinted by the FBI.
Okay.
And the state police.
All right.
So I had a few people that are like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get mine." So I knew them for a while. I knew they're safe and everything.
Right.
So I let them use my name as a reference. It's fine. Gave them all good reviews and everything. And then, like I said, maybe about August, September, I get a call from my buddy up the state police. He's like, I see your name on my computer a lot lately.
Oh.
I'm like, yeah, is that a good thing or a bad thing? He's like, well, it could be a bad thing eventually. And I'm like, why? What did I do? He's like, you apparently have referenced 87 people in the last 3 months for FIDs in the state of New Jersey.
Holy
I was like, well,
shit.
You know, I know a lot of people.
Wow.
I mean,
yeah.
I have my certifications for training. I do all that. I'm very safe with guns. I've shot many. I own a few, and
right. But I could also see how that could be looked at as maybe a little questionable.
He called me later when, like, on a personal line, and he was just like, "So, are you trying to build your own army?" And I said, "If I could, I would have already."
Chris and his personal militia is coming down to you guys. You guys are the
Sam don't like my comment on the personal militia thing. I told her if we ever get married and have kids that I want like 14 of them so I could start my own platoon.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, that's useful though. I would totally want to start my own platoon if I had. When I was little, I wanted 7 of me. I wanted like 7 different nicks. So there would be
7 nicks. Huh?
Yeah, 7 nicks, 1 through 7. And it would just be Nick 1, Nick 2, Nick 3. Like, not much different. The only difference would be the letter in their name. I mean, the number in their number in the name. And that's it. But it would be 7 of me. Now, in hindsight, not a very good idea. Because I know how I am as a person. You don't want 7 of me in the same room. So, not a very good idea. But could be.
Oh, man. 7 of me, that would be a party and a half.
I'm sure. I can see it now.
We'd burn a city down by that point.
Yeah, most likely. I mean, I could see it. I could see it happening.
I mean, I've already set the woods on fire twice. What the hell?
I mean, yeah. Dude, what? How have you managed to set the woods on fire twice?
All right, well, both times involved explosives.
Okay, all right,
Both times also involved a certain cousin of mine,
all right.
and both times was definitely 100% his idea.
Okay, that's.
So we were so the first time we were up at the Delaware Water Gap,
Okay.
up in PA near Mount Pocono area,
Okay.
and there's like this sandbar that's kind of out in the middle of the woods. You can kind of see the main road, but you can't really.
Right.
So my uncle, not my uncle, my cousin, he comes out with a few sticks of dynamite.
Oh. Well, I mean,
And
that's.
he's like, yeah.
I mean, hey, that would be. I would want to jump on that right away.
Yeah, well, we tied like 3 or 4 of them together and buried them in the sandbar.
Good idea.
Yeah. We ran like chickens without our heads when that crater happened.
I mean, hey, I would love to see it because I mean, you're not allowed to buy M80s anymore. So
Yeah, you can buy M80s.
you can buy M80s now? Well, I mean, you can't
Sure.
buy much of any kind of fireworks in New Jersey, but I haven't even when I've gone to like PA on the occasion that I've been with someone buying fireworks.
Nah, you don't go PA.
Why
You want real good fireworks, you go to Phantom on the Delaware, Maryland border.
Okay.
I went there for a ride when I was going down to Virginia one time. I had a box truck.
Right.
And I pulled in there, and the dude, they're having to buy one get one free or some weird sale, or buy one get 5 free or something.
Right.
So he was like, "Yeah, if you buy this pallet of fireworks, I'll give you that one for free." So I got 2 pallets worth of fireworks.
Damn.
I had everything in there. I had like a 6-inch mortar. I think it was like half a stick of dynamite.
That's some fucking shit. Holy shit. That's a lot of lot of fucking fireworks, dude. I've only been around like maybe I can't even say I've been around in excess of fireworks except for at like the stupid fireworks shows that we used to go to.
Me and my dad used to mix gunpowder when I was a kid.
Ooh, that sounds dangerous.
For homemade fireworks.
That does not
Homemade
sound.
fireworks.
Is that legal?
Yes.
That long
With a
pause
license?
was not very assuring.
Technically, New Jersey, you can get a license to make fireworks.
Don't you have to be an explosive specialist or something?
You have to do a 45-minute YouTube video and then answer 10 questions.
That does not sound hard at all. Jesus, that sounds way too easy.
Have you ever seen the people at like fireworks shows, the people that are actually setting them up?
No.
They all look like they all are wearing no shirts with overalls and like one boot and a crock, and then they got no teeth and a lot of hair. They're basically all just moonshiners.
One boot and a crock. That's it.
Sorry, that may have just been the dude that lives in Riverside that I know. But
yeah.
Still.
Hey, that's a pretty good description. I actually haven't even seen the people that set off the fireworks. Because every time I go to, like, a fireworks show, these people are, like, halfway across a baseball field and we're setting up chairs or a blanket, you know? So
yeah.
you might see, like, a truck or a box or somebody run. but you're not gonna really see much more than that.
I've been shooting fireworks off since I've been 10 years old. I just love blowing shit up. That's just fun.
I mean, blowing shit up has always been fun. I've only successfully blown shit up in video games, and I know that's fun. So I can only imagine how blowing shit up in real life is.
Me and Sam blew a tire and a toilet up in Virginia.
Well, a toilet sounds cool. The tire sounds painful.
The tire was way better than the toilet.
Really?
Oh yeah, the toilet kind of just went poof,
Yeah.
and the tire like shot out 30 feet in front of us.
Damn.
Yeah, that was when I bought C4 from Walmart though. I gotta get more of
that. You probably shouldn't tell people that you can get C4 from Walmart.
Why? It's ATF approved. They sell it right in Walmart in PA.
Well, damn. Go to PA, get your C4 from PA.
$5.99 a pound.
There you go. That's not even expensive. That's not even...
Nope. It's called tannerite. Basically, it's 2 powders in a container. That's how they get away with it. Second you mix it, it's an explosive.
Damn.
It's fun.
Well, damn.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah, if you can just be like, hey, mix it yourself and there's no liability behind it.
I mean, you know Chris Klaus, right?
I feel like I've heard the name.
When Sam and her dad did karate, it was...
Oh, it was their teacher?
Yeah, it was his mom's boyfriend at the time was the teacher.
Okay. I don't think I've personally met him, but I've seen pictures and heard about him a little bit.
Alright. So he's got this gun club up in northern PA.
Right.
And that was when we first bought the tannerite. We took it up there and we filled up a 5-gallon bucket and shot it with a sniper rifle.
Right.
And the echo that came down the mountain called made the police come check everything out.
Damn.
And they were like, "Is everything okay?" And they're like, "Yeah, we were setting off an explosive target." And the cop was like, "Oh God, thank you." I thought a school bus exploded again.
Oh, again?
Well, that was my reaction as well. I was like, "A school bus did what again?"
Yeah.
They're like, "Yeah, about a mile down the road at the end of the ravine, a school bus exploded." And the cop's just like, "Yeah."
Like,
I'm
what?
What? How did that even happen? He's like, "I don't know. I guess somebody lit the tank on fire." I'm like, "It's diesel."
Yeah, like what? Diesel doesn't burn at the same temperature that gasoline does. I don't think it'll even stay lit.
No, diesel you could throw a match in and it won't set on fire.
Right, because it ignites at a higher temperature, right?
It ignites under compression. That's why diesel truck. If anybody ever tells you to change a spark plug on a diesel truck, there isn't any.
Oh, is that really? I had no idea. I genuinely had no idea.
Plugs.
I thought
there's no spark plugs in diesels.
I had no idea. I genuinely thought that diesel trucks just operated at a higher temperature, which is why the diesel. I don't know. I thought it was like a temperature thing, not a ignition thing.
No, I mean, you know kerosene?
Yes.
Like heating oil?
Yes, my dad uses it for a heater out back.
You can put that in a diesel truck; it'll run fine.
Right. Yeah.
Because it's all it is it's under pressure spraying it.
Okay.
And then same thing with the compression engine; it's compressing it to a point where it explodes.
Damn, that's cool. I genuinely had no idea. That's yeah. There you go, exploring the unknowns. Look at that shit.
Yeah. But the other side of that setting shit on fire story was my cousin was trying to cut down a tree. He broke his chainsaw, broke the other chainsaw, broke both of his axes, broke something else that he was using. So he decided to take 2 propane tanks and a tracer around and blow them all up. And we lit half his backyard on fire.
Damn.
Yeah, it was fun.
It sounds like so much fun. I wouldn't want to blow half of my backyard up though. I would not. I don't think.
Well, it only burned to the river. After that, everything was fine.
You know what?
He was planning on clearing it out anyway.
Well, I mean, kill 2 birds with 1 stone, or in this case, 1 explosive. But there were no. Yeah. I don't know if there were any birds. Probably not. There may have been.
Not by that point.
Not by that point. Well.
No, you collectively saw all of them fly away at the same time.
Well, good. That's good. That's good. Because I wouldn't... Birds, let's not kill the birds. Some birds, if they're annoying as shit, go ahead.
Canadian geese, run them the fuck over. I don't
oh,
wait
come
for
on!
them.
All Canadians are supposed to be nice.
No.
With their free health care and Ryan Reynolds.
Listen, geese are not Canadians. They're spawns of the devil. First of all, I don't when people stop for geese, it pisses me off. I don't understand. It's a bird. If you just keep moving, it'll eventually fly away.
Right. I was driving once and I there was a bird in the road and my mom like yelled at me for not stopping. I was like, Mom, it'll either fly away or somebody with a bigger vehicle than I have is going to hit it. You know?
I've had people honk at me and I just keep going. I'm like,
right.
Don't move.
Exactly. They're going to go somewhere. They obviously can move a lot better than we can. They just don't give a fuck. You know,
if they have their kids with them before they go through their first molt, all right, then I'll stop because they can't fly away.
Exactly.
But if you got 65 of them motherfuckers that are all full grown and can't fly away, that's a duck problem.
It is a duck problem. Exactly. Now, I would not hit a goose in my car. Probably wouldn't do very well with the state of my car. With a truck, I would feel a lot more comfortable.
It'll be fine.
I don't have a front grill, but it'll be fine. But yeah, geese are assholes. Well, I've seen more turkeys in our area than geese.
Turkeys, don't kill turkeys.
Don't kill turkeys.
Don't kill turkeys. I would recommend people not even go out for turkey season this year.
Why is that?
Because we got too many ticks. We need to get rid of the ticks.
Yeah.
Before we get rid of turkeys. Turkeys eat ticks.
I went camping this past summer.
You were right.
And we were really afraid of ticks. We went to a decently safe place, but of course there was still warnings about like ticks and stuff because it just a bad season, I guess. But you go on Amazon. Hold on. Okay.
Go on Amazon, and they sell this stuff. It's like 90% DEET.
Okay.
Which is like banned. You're not allowed to like bug spray and all that's got like 4% DEET. No, this is 90% DEET.
Damn.
So, me and Chris, we put it on our legs when we were going out scouting for a hunting trip.
Yeah.
And we were fine. You know, our legs were a little itchy and everything. And I was reading the bottle after we got done. And
you said, what's it called?
DEET.
Deep?
DEET.
Oh, DEET. DEET bug spray?
Yeah, no, DEET concentrate.
DEET.
Yeah, you can't get that. Very, very hard to get that stuff. But Amazon got it though. And nice big warning label on the back that you're only supposed to have it on your skin for like 30 minutes or it'll like kill you.
Damn.
Back when my mom was a kid, and probably your parents might remember it. I remembered a little bit when I was a kid. The mosquito truck.
Okay.
And it was this
I do remember like
tiny...
Yeah, I remember seeing videos and stuff about that.
Yeah, it was basically this little golf cart with a trailer. It had a giant smoke machine.
Yeah. And
it had this like 100% DEET shit in it, and would just spray up and down everything, and the kids would all go out and play in the fog.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But kids these days can't drink water from a hose, so, you know, didn't kill them, it ain't gonna kill us.
True, but I also wouldn't suggest running through a fucking cloud of, like, insecticide that can kill you in 30 minutes if you put it on your fucking skin.
Just close your eyes.
It's fine. Just don't breathe it. It's fine. It's totally fine. Don't even worry about it. It's just a little bug stuff all over you. Don't worry. If your skin starts dripping, don't worry about it. Just come inside and towel off.
You'll be fine.
You'll be fine. If you can't feel the left side of your face, we'll take you to the doctors. They'll probably just give you an ice pack and send you home.
Old-fashioned school nurses, they would have bombed.
Oh, hell yeah.
Miss Simpson for the win, anybody from Cinnamonson. Where I spent my entire 3 years of high school was in the nurse's office.
Well, I mean, your significant other spent most of the years of her high school in the front office of our school. So...
Yeah, but she was sleeping under the desk.
Yeah.
I was mooching crackers and juice.
Crackers and juice. They always had fucking crackers in the nurse's office, but they always were like, they looked at you like so judgmentally. I'm glad that your nurse was a lot more affectionate.
Well, when she caught us, she wasn't that affectionate.
I'm sure she wasn't, because the juice and crackers cost money, man. Can't be stealing all the juice and crackers.
We wouldn't tell her that we were in the office. We would hide in one of the bedrooms.
Oh.
So we didn't have to go to class.
So you guys were sneaking those good old snackaroonies.
We had like a good 6 periods in the nurse's office. For like the whole year.
Damn. That's a lot of school. That is a lot of school in the nurse's office. I'm really close to
Well, I needed sleep, and that was about it.
I mean, hey, it'd be like that sometimes, you know?
Yeah. I mean, when she called us, she'd kick us out, and then 20 minutes later, we'd come back.
Can we have more juice, please? Those crackers that we stole from you they didn't, were parched.
Well, she didn't like me specifically because I got like my gym teacher would always send me to her. She didn't feel like dealing with me.
I mean, hey.
I had a teacher, it was the same teacher I had for sex ed.
Yeah.
And her name was Miss McGuff.
Okay.
And I'd walk in, and I'd get changed, because, like, if you didn't get changed from school, you failed, kind of thing.
Right.
So, got changed, walked over, I was like, McGuff, I got my period, I can't do anything today. She's like, that's not how that works. I was like, well, that's how all of them work.
Yeah.
All those girls are sitting out there, and they're not even changed. At least I got changed.
Yeah.
And she was just like, go to the nurse's office, I don't feel like doing it. I was like, okay.
That's fine. I would totally do that. I liked participating in gym, and people didn't enjoy the fact that I liked participating in gym. But there was definitely the fair amount of people that would just sit on the side. What's up? Good night. Good night. The camera's right there. No. Come over here. The camera's right there. See, look at the camera right there. Look over there. That's the camera. Goodbye.
So, who's on the phone?
Who's on the phone? Chris is on the phone.
Oh.
Hola.
Hi.
We're talking about school nurses. What's the name of your school nurse? Do you remember?
No, I do not.
Well, her name used to be Miss Wismerski, but then she got married, so I don't know her new name.
Me either.
Well, alright. Well, do you like your nurse? Have you met your nurse yet?
I met her.
Is she nice?
Yeah, well, so I used to get hurt sometime. I got hurt by a preschooler.
Don't touch the mic. Just leave it where it is. And that's okay. And then I guess you went to
I was running, And then I bumped into a preschool, and then I hurt my head.
And then you went to the nurse, right?
Yeah.
And
I
then she
got
helped
the
you
ice
out. And,
pack.
yeah, she got your ice pack, and then you felt better, right?
Mhm.
All right. Good. I'm glad that she helped you out.
Mhm.
Does that mean that you like your nurse?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. Good night.
Good night.
Have a good night. Sleep well.
I will.
Bye.
Night, Tater.
Chris said good night.
Good night, Chris. And see
Good night.
you when I wake up.
See you when I wake up.
When are you gonna go to sleep?
Okay, bye.
the
After the
podcast.
podcast is over. All right, and that was our Tater appearance for the night. So, there's that. There we go. We got that. Yes. Yes. Exactly. So, where were we at?
Too many things to remember.
Too many things to remember. But I think all around we have some. I don't know. I had a pretty good nurse when I was at Riverton. She was always pretty nice. It was Miss Wiz, but I don't know. Nurses always seem to just act like you're just bullshitting. Like you'll go there with an actual stomach ache, and they'll see you, and all you want to do is go home, and they end up just like calling, telling your parents like, oh, well, they could just stay here. And then they're like, oh, yeah, if that's what you think they should do, just keep them there. I just want to go home. I just need to go home.
Oh, I used to just sign myself out.
You can't do that anymore. Unless you were 18, you couldn't sign yourself out.
I graduated. I was like 19.
Right. Well, did you get held back?
When I transferred from Catholic school to public school, I had to stay back a year.
Okay. All right. That makes
But
sense.
that was grade.
Okay. So then, yeah, third grade doesn't really matter.
But other than that, it was a fun time. High school was fun.
High school was always fun.
Sam's high school was the best because spent most of it under the office desk, where apparently her pillow and blanket still preside.
Oh, yeah. Yep. There's still a station there. Yeah. I mean, I don't think it'll ever leave. There will always be the imprint of Sammy under the desk. Whether it's a physical impression or a metaphysical one, it'll always be there.
She still talks to the teacher, too.
Good.
I don't remember her name, though.
Oh, the lady at the front?
Yeah.
I can't remember her name either, but she's a very nice individual.
What was her name, Sam? Miss Joelle.
That's an easy name to remember. I don't know how I didn't. Sam. It's alright. Sammy's there to remember the name. 'Cause she has a lot better of a relationship than I did with her. I only saw her like 4 times out of my entire career there, and it was to ask for papers or to go home. So.
Sam saw her every day, right? Not every day?
No, not every day. All right.
Oh, Luke. No.
Uh-oh.
Luke's climbing on me because he wants his ball.
Oh, Jesus.
125-pound beast.
It's a gigantic dog, dude.
He's not that big.
Not gigantic, but I was there. He's bigger than I thought he was. He's obviously gotten bigger from the last time that I saw him.
Yeah. Sam wants another one.
Yes.
Right, Sam? And what kind do you want? I know you were showing me baby pictures of pitties last night. I don't know.
It's all right.
Hopefully we can get somebody that we know and maybe have puppies with Luke so we can get one of his babies.
That's always cool. My grandmother's raised 3 litters of puppies, with a dog that I grew up. It was one of the first dogs in my life. His name was Leon. He was a bull mastiff, beautiful dog. And soon after my grandmother got him, he got a little bit bigger, and she got a second dog, a female named Matilda. Matilda was a fucking trouble case because as soon as we got her, or my grandmother got her, she was sick. The dog had some kind of sickness in her lungs, so my grandmother would have to stay up super late in the bathroom with her with the hot shower on to try to, like, get her to relax and breathe, and it was a whole mess. But she was an awesome dog too. A little stubborn, but they were both awesome dogs, and they had 3 litters of puppies. My mom got one of the dogs. I have a couple pictures of him. His name was Gino. We called him oh my god, Shorty. We called him Shorty. He was the coolest fucking dog ever. And he was so, like, gentle. He never, ever was aggressive to anyone, ever. Like, ever. Never showed any signs of, like, give a fuck towards anyone, no matter what you did to him. But the raising puppies is it's so satisfying, but it's work.
Yeah, our friend Amber down in Virginia, she's raised like 4 or 5 litters now.
Wow.
Something like that.
That's crazy. That's a lot of puppies. Like,
with 5 kids and 1 on the way.
that is crazy. That is crazy. My grandmother at least had a knowledge of what she was doing. She, like, raised horses and shit and had always been around animals and stuff, but she didn't have, like, other responsibilities necessarily. Like, maybe her job and to, like, do some stuff around the house, but not, like, raising kids anymore. So raising kids and raising a litter of puppies is a feat in itself.
And she's a night nurse at a rehabilitation center. So she does like 12-hour shifts at night.
That's crazy. And then you also have to do 12-hour shifts with puppies and kids. That's a fucking life, dude.
Well, right now she's working from like 6 to 6 to get home by 7 to start the kids on Zoom.
Wow.
Because her oldest is 13?
Oh, so she has young kids. They're not even, like, manageable yet.
No.
Yeah. I mean, the 13-year-old might be manageable, but they're still annoying.
Yeah, but the 13-year-old and the next closest to them is like a 4-year gap.
Okay.
So he's like either turning 10 or is 10 right now, and then you have the next one down, I think, is 8, and then 3, and then she's about to have a baby.
Wow. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
That is crazy.
That, and she's also got 4 dogs, a lizard, 2 frogs. No, 2 lizards and 2 frogs.
What the fuck? Why?
Well,
that is
the one kid has the lizards, the other one likes frogs.
Yeah, but why? There's so many animals. I understand if you have a love for animals and you're an amazing human being for that, especially because she's fucking doing all of this all at once. Kids, puppies, frogs, lizards, all of the above. And she's sane? Question mark? You can confirm that for me?
Right now, probably not, because recently she lost one of her dogs.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Somebody shot her.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm assuming someone that obviously wasn't supposed to be doing that. Like, obviously you're not supposed to shoot a dog, but there are certain, you know.
Apparently the story that we got is the person that they think that did it, because they haven't really figured out who it was, but the person that they think did it this wasn't the first time that he said that he was going to do this.
Oh, wow. So there's already somebody in question.
Yeah, it's their neighbor.
Wow. And did they, like, find... I don't mean to, like, pry, but did they, like, find the dog somewhere? Like, in their backyard?
The dog came limping back on its front legs with basically no rear spine.
Oh, my God.
And then lost it when they were at the vet.
That's sad. That's unfortunate. That is really, really unfortunate.
Nah,
There's no reason why you should shoot a dog unless they're physically incapable of recuperating from an injury or an illness that they had. Like,
nah, she was like 6 years old. Just had a litter. Like, the puppies just got off of weaning like maybe a week and a half before they shot her.
Wow.
But she's actually Luke's great-grandmother. No, grandmother.
Wow.
Because Luke's dad, Tank, is, Tank's parents live down there in Virginia with them. It's Ken and Annabelle.
Okay. And
it was sad for everybody.
It's sad for me because
Yeah.
I love dogs. That's terrible to hear about. I personally think that there's no reason why you should hurt animals. Like, even if they're violent, I'm sorry, but that just means that the dog has either been mistreated or mistrained. You know?
This was a dog that you never had a leash. It
right.
Kind of just did its thing and went home. Didn't bother nobody. Didn't hurt nobody.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
The only time she ever got a little angry was when he came around her puppies, but other than that, but that's normal.
Right. Dogs are supposed to be able to protect their puppies. It's...
Yeah. Yeah, she would only ever growl. She wouldn't bite.
Yeah, that is unfortunate.
Me and Sam went down there, and for the first time, she kind of looked at us with a big smile and a tail wagging. She'd never seen us before, and we were having a great old time. She slept with us, too.
Wow.
Just not a care in the world.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah.
I didn't, like, I've lost a few pets in my life. Like, I obviously lost Gino. He passed away. He had I think he had cancer. Which, you know, he was obviously in pain, and he went out, and it was, you know, it was just rough, especially for my mom. A lot worse for my mom than it was for me. But losing a pet in general is hard, especially like that. It's just, I can only imagine how they feel, because it was like, it's not like you know that they were going to go away. When you don't know that it's gonna happen, it's 10 times, 100 times worse. You know, it's really unfortunate.
I know. I've had to put 4 dogs down so far in my lifetime. No, three dogs. My one dog passed away. My first dog, Hershey, she passed away. She accidentally fell under the ice during the snowstorm in my back pool, and she drowned.
Damn.
And then the next 2 were Haley and Tucker. Haley passed away with complications, and Tucker, which lived with Haley, died of a broken heart.
Which is possible. People don't think it is.
He 100% died of a broken heart. And then my grandmother's dog, before we got my mom's dog, Maggie, her name was Susie. She passed away, but she was like 16 or 17.
That's an old
But-
dog.
Oh yeah. She we called her Square Body.
Yeah.
Her whole back, from her neck all the way to her tail, was a flat table. So we put our drinks on her, and she would walk around. It wouldn't fall over.
Damn.
That was a fun dog.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah, Susie. It was Susie. But yeah, life works in mysterious ways.
Yeah, it does. And it's unfortunate when other people come in and fuck with it, and you lose something in the process. I mean, we had. I mean, there's nothing. So we had a dog at my dad's house. Her name was Honey. She was an amazing mutt that we had gotten, and she was a little itty bitty tiny puppy, and when we got her, maybe like I think like 8 weeks old. And she always she was a smaller dog. Like she never really got super big, but she was a decently like medium to small sized dog. But she was just amazingly obedient and just she was just an all around great dog, But she had this distinctive heart shaped black spot on her like upper like right hand side of her body towards her like between her back and her side. It was like so super distinct when she was younger. Like it was genuinely the shape of a heart when we first got her. It slowly like not like turned into a blob. It just kind of got a little bit more distorted, but you could still like obviously see like, oh man, that kind of looks like a heart.
Luke has two funny spots on him. One is when he was born, his nose was all pink, and then it turned into pink and brown camo.
Right.
And then it was black. But right on his right bottom nostril is like still pink, and I don't think it's going to ever change. Looks like he has a nose ring. And on his butt, there's two swirls going the opposite direction. And it's a hair cowlick. It's just the funniest thing ever.
Yeah. That is cool.
But he a good boy, right, Luke?
Yeah.
Hey, he don't just talking about he's sucking on his bear.
Well, I'm glad that he's having a good time.
Always. He's on the couch with me and Sam all day.
Good. But I mean, yeah, Honey was an unfortunate case because she was taken by surprise as well. So she ended up like getting really anxious when she got older, and like to the point to where she eventually had like a separation anxiety to the point she tore herself out of a metal cage that we had her in. Like completely through the front bar. I came home from school and like I saw that her cage was like ripped open from the front, and she was on the kitchen floor just like chilling, sitting on her butt, looking at me with like blood on her face. And I was like, "Oh my God, what happened?" Cuz she had blood on her like front snout. Actually, no, you know what? She didn't start off in the kitchen. She tore through three window screens in our house on the first floor of our house trying to get out of the house.
Yeah.
And she got out of the house. And I had to find her, and I think she ended up in the backyard, and she had blood all over her face from her tearing herself out of the cage. But because of that, we had to start putting her outside. Because it wasn't like she was hurting herself in the cage, so we couldn't put her in the cage, and she was tearing up the house, so we couldn't leave her just open around in the house. Even when we tried to like section her off to a room that was like not bad, she would like pee on the floor, scratch the walls, like she would always find something to destroy. So we eventually just let her outside, and we like we had the garage, so we left the garage open, and it was all sectioned off, so she couldn't get to anything that would hurt her, and she was doing better and everything. Now, at the same time that this is happening, our heater in our basement took a shit. And my parents had to get, one of our close friends, a family friend of ours, who's he's a HVAC technician guy. He does it as his business, and he brought in, a new heater and did our whole heating system for us again. And it was, we'd just gotten it. And for, the few weeks or so, or like good month and a half preceding that, we had a consistent issue with the system losing Freon. Now, this guy's never had problems with this unit before. After, a few times of this happening, he had double-checked it, triple-checked it, called the manufacturer, like, did everything in his power to figure it out, right? And, we also have a crazy neighbor. I know there's a lot of factors going into this story, but we have a crazy neighbor, okay? Now, this heater is obviously, it's a heating cooling unit, so it's connected to an external unit outside. And this external unit has a valve that you can let the Freon out of the system, like through that. Right. So, after all these double checks and triple checks, they're like looking over everything and they're taking a walk, and he's like, look, this is the only place, as a joke, he was like, look, I've double checked this and everything. And as a joke, he was like, this is the only thing that could be wrong, and it's perfect. And, Eileen and Dad look at each other and they're like, can you put a lock on it? So they ended up putting a lock on it, and that problem stopped happening. There was never, ever a problem with the Freon ever again. All right? Now, let's bring it back to Honey, okay? She's consistently staying outside. She's having, her anxiety issues. Now, she's doing great outside. She's not digging holes. She's not doing anything that she would usually do outside when she's all wound up. She's doing great. And then we start bringing her back inside. And she slowly starts to get sicker and sicker and sicker and sicker. And then eventually, we have to take her to the vet, and she has, like, complete liver failure and, like, a bunch of other health complications that came out of complete left field. Like, she only had these anxiety problems before, and we had taken her to the vet and gotten her evaluated and everything like that, and everything was fine. But there's an external force, maybe potentially, that may have caused these health problems.
Carbon monoxide?
Something. It could have. We don't know. But there's nothing that could have hurt her anywhere. There was nothing that they only insinuated things. Like, was there something else happening at the house that could have caused any of the, but they didn't figure anything out rock solid. So we can't say it was someone else, but we have reason to believe it was.
Well, I mean, if the unit was leaking, like actually leaking inside, you can actually die from breathing
the carbon monoxide.
No, you can die from breathing refrigerant.
Don't people do that to get high?
Yes. Don't do it.
I know. I wouldn't want to, but that came to mind when you said that.
We're actually told in school that probably like one of our first refrigerant classes, they're like, if you start hearing helicopters, like run to the closest door you can possibly find. Yeah. Because you are completely depleted of oxygen or breathing chlorine gas. Like, you will die soon. Yes.
Chlorine is vicious on human beings.
Yes. That's why a lot of the newer refrigerants don't have chlorine in them anymore. Now they're just using explosives like propane and lighter fluid. You know, 'cause
more boomy things.
smart. Why not? You know, why not put 1,500 pounds of propane inside of your front of your car like the EPA wants you to do? I mean,
hell yeah.
I don't see a problem with that.
Hell yeah, why not?
Oh,
It sounds like a good idea. I mean, it's like the Hindenburg 2.0.
yeah, pretty much.
Hindenburg on wheels.
Boom.
The boom.
And
But
boom,
yeah.
boom.
Exactly. Man, this is wow. We went from dogs to, well, no, we ended up at dogs and started with something. We started
Ralph.
with Ralph. Fucking Ralph. God damn. That's crazy.
My mind is an enigma.
It
just
is.
goes-
I appreciate your enigmatic mind. Yes. Lots of changes tonight. Lots of changes. I have different angles, a different person on. It's nice. I want to bring more people on, especially you, because I appreciate this conversation a lot. It was
Oh yeah.
like
I mean, crazy. The crazy gun-toting moron down the street.
I don't know about moron. You do seem to know quite a lot, at least a lot more than I do, and that wisdom is something that I want to bring on here. So if you can have, I mean, like, slightly crazy wisdom is also okay, as long as it's true.
As my mom always say, I'd be either really, really great at Jeopardy or really, really bad at anything else.
Well, I mean, hey, if you can find C4 at Walmart, I think you can do a lot. All right.
You could buy that offline.
You can, you can find C4 in a lot of places, man.
Yeah, Home Depot,
Yeah. You go anywhere.
fertilizer and gasoline, or napalm, styrofoam and gasoline.
Styrofoam and gasoline is all you need for napalm?
That's napalm, styrofoam and gasoline.
No shit.
Yeah, you get a bucket of gasoline, just put the styrofoam in it.
Didn't Ralph experience some napalm in Vietnam?
Yeah, also a lot of other shit too.
Some other attacks, whether it was from the Vietnamese women that he ran away with occasionally at night, or the napalm from the sky.
Yeah, he had Agent Orange and all that stuff too.
Oh yeah, isn't Agent Orange? Isn't that like the stuff that made your skin basically boil?
Yeah, it's up there with one of them.
Yeah. It was right next to I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was like, I related it to like when I was playing Call of Duty. What is that? What is that agent that they came out with? And I think it was Black Ops. They were chasing this like. Have you ever played Black Ops? You've played Black Ops.
The first one?
Black Ops. Yeah, Black Ops 1.
Yeah.
Okay. They were chasing this like a biochemical weapon, and it was like something 6, but it was like when your skin came into contact with it, your body would break out in these like big blistery boils, and your mouth would turn into the boils, and it was like the most excruciating pain that you could think of.
That's like Agent Orange.
But napalm's cool though. Fire, not bad.
Well, when we did our survival training with my gun club, they taught us how to make napalm. And you get a little mason jar, you make the napalm, turn it into a paste, and it's just like Play-Doh. You pull it out and you roll it into a ball. And then you take it and you push down in the middle of it, and you put some wood in there.
Yeah.
And you light the fire like a candle, and it'll keep your fire lit for hours, and it's windproof, waterproof, everything else proof.
Damn.
Great stuff.
I've always been curious about like substances like that, because I'm also interested in like, I love fucking camping. Honestly, I love camping. And whoever doesn't like camping, I'm sorry that you can't enjoy nature. But I absolutely love camping. But I love the ingenuity when it comes to like thinking of different ways of how to do things in the woods. Like, you don't have to have a lighter on you. You know, you don't have to have like a box of matches. You can figure out how to make napalm. You know?
I was always told to keep some steel wool in my pocket with a 9-volt battery.
Yes.
In the other pocket.
Yes. That
Easy enough.
Yes. That is extremely, yes. That can, yeah. Yep. Because, I mean...
Yeah. If you have a AA battery and a pack of 5 gum, you can do the same thing.
Yep, because of the metallic surface. Yeah, the aluminum in the Hoojmagong, the wrapper.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. It's you learn a lot with some old people from the good old days down in the gun club.
Yeah. I mean, hey, any wisdom, whether you know what, if you have completely crazy wisdom, I'd love it.
I mean, I guess I would. I don't know. It depends.
It's all right. I mean, whenever it comes, it comes. You know, wisdom can't be all the time.
Confucius say many thing.
Yes.
Many one thing.
Many word.
Yes, Confucius say many one thing.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
What was the topic tonight?
The topic tonight was exploring the unknown.
Oh, I'm very unknown.
Well, a lot of the stuff that we've been talking about was unbeknownst to me. So, title fulfilled.
Full circle.
Full circle. I mean, is there anything that you wonder about that is like an enigma to your masterful mind, sir? Like anything that you just wonder about.
Outward expansion.
Outward expansion, like of the universe?
Yeah.
I want to know if space is actually contained in something.
Definitely. We're in a giant hamster ball. 100%.
I wouldn't doubt it, honestly. I wouldn't doubt it. We can't just expand for forever. Like, what? There's no fucking way that it's just foreverness for forever.
Well, it's been theorized that for a very long time now that, a molecule is protons, neutrons, and electrons.
Right.
The electrons are consistently moving around each other.
Yeah.
Well, if you take the electron and you blow it up with a super mega telescope, some scientists theorize that the holes that you see inside of that electron are the universes that we look into in space.
Damn.
And the protons and the neutrons that we revolve around are the white holes and the black holes of the universe, where one's positively charged.
Damn. You know what? That's very curious, because like if these things are positively charged, positively or negatively charged, what necessarily, like, is there like a constitution for life if your particular universe or space that you live in is positively or negatively charged? Is one more supportive of life than the other?
Well, the problem is with a lot of people's thinking of aliens is they have to be able to breathe oxygen and drink water.
Right.
Okay, there's a lot of weird things that happen What if that dude eats rocks and drinks lava and is breathing methane?
Right. There could be.
That could be possible.
Right. There's plenty of things that could constitute life for other things that don't necessarily line up with ours. Because I mean, look at plants. They don't ingest oxygen like we do. They ingest CO2 and make oxygen. We ingest oxygen and make CO2.
Yes.
There's something that literally lives around us 24/7 that works exactly the opposite the way that we do.
Yep.
And for all intents and purposes, there could be something out there that, you know, like you just said, breathes methane and eats lava and is completely, you know, intangible but has a physical form. Like, there's so many possibilities to extraterrestrial. I've actually thought that maybe because we can't always see these entities, that they may be able to switch, like, or at least slip into a dimension that we can't perceive.
That's possible.
Like the fourth dimension. We cannot perceive the fourth dimension. We are 3D creatures observing everything as two-dimensional.
Yes. Well, no, I mean, us as human beings can see the third dimension.
Yeah, we understand the third dimension, and we know what it is, because we're all third dimension. We all know, like, the phone in front of you. You know for a fact in your mind that it's three-dimensional because you can feel it, you can see it. When you turn it around, it has multiple dimensions, you know?
Correct.
But if you think about it, I mean, everything that you directly look at without moving it, without shifting it, is looked at like it's kind of on one physical plane in front of you or, you know, below you or wherever you're looking.
Well, the only issue with that, it would be perspective.
Right, exactly.
So, I mean, even in art class, you learn to draw perspective. So,
Right.
like, I'm looking at Luke's cage right now. Even though all of the sides are physically two-dimensional because they're flat, because it's put together in the angle that I'm looking at it right now, it's got three sides.
Right. It has
it
has three dimensions, therefore it is a three-dimensional shape.
has a perspective distance.
Right. But I mean, what says that, you know, an alien race that may be technologically advanced by millions of years of advancement that we don't have, what says that they don't have the technology to slip into that, you know, fourth dimension that we can't necessarily, you know, perceive?
That's definitely possible. I mean, the other thing, you know, talking about perspective, is you and me both know what red looks like.
Yes.
Okay? How do we know it's red?
Yeah. We all kind of just agree that it's red.
I mean, I'm looking at Luke's pepperoni bag, which is red, black, and yellow.
Right.
But what if green, purple, and neon?
Right. I mean, if you have multicolored lights, like an LED light strip, just run through the colors on your remote. Everything around you changes colors with the, you know, with the lights that you change. So if you change it to like a harsh color that's opposite of something, you know, an object that you look at might go from red to black to green to, you know, fluorescent if you have like a purple light on or an ultraviolet, or not ultraviolet, like a black light, you know.
Have you ever seen the fancy lights? I think like World War II came out with them, like during that time. But you change the color, you know, say you got stuff in the room,
Right.
that's like actually red, compared to, like, they have this lens and they move the lens over top of your binoculars, and everything in the room that's red disappears.
Wow.
And when you change it to blue, everything in the room that's blue disappears. It's like invisible.
That's crazy.
Because it matches so well to the color scheme and the light waves of that color. that it's just gone. It's faded into the wall.
Wow.
It's interesting.
It is interesting. Because, I mean, you mentioned earlier, it was about a different concept, but perspective. A lot of things have to do with our particular perspective at looking at something or observing something. I mean, like, even when we think about, like observing molecules. I'm not I'm not sure where it is. I think it's in, like, Sweden. They have a large hadron collider.
Yep.
When they observe the molecules that they're shooting at each other, that they shoot at each other and it explodes, they can predict. So this is the difference between regular physics and quantum physics. Okay, this is so in regular physics, when you observe that molecule, there's basically more or less, we'll say that there's a 50-50 chance of it either shooting right or shooting left. Okay? And in regular physics, that works out every time as you're observing the object. Now, in quantum physics, when you're not observing the object, it is completely impossible to predict the object's trajectory.
Correct.
The pattern there's no pattern anymore. It's completely 100% randomized. But when you observe it, it can either go left or right 50% of the time. It's fucking crazy. And it's all about perspective.
Well, as it was explained to me with physics compared to quantum physics, is physics you have a up, down, left, right, forwards, backwards.
Yes.
Quantum physics has all of that plus diagonals.
Right. So more axes causes more problems.
Yes.
Yes.
Actually, I was gonna save this theory for you for the April 20th special.
Okay.
But I think I'll let you sit on it for a while.
All right, I'll stew. I can stew on something for a little bit.
So this was a few years ago.
Okay.
Like many years ago, when I used to celebrate the holidays of April.
Okay.
And I was sitting in a car driving and watching the stars not move while we were doing 70 miles an hour down the road.
Right.
Well, it came to my attention that what if we're not moving at all?
Right.
Everything else is moving around us. We're actually stationary on one singular square, and every time we come in contact with a person, the squares touch. And everything else just moves around them squares.
Whoa.
But for our brains to comprehend that, we have to move, to create motion, to understand that the things around us are moving, but we're not.
Yeah. I mean, what if you're born as something that just doesn't move? You would never What if you grew up, you were born as something that couldn't necessarily move, like Ralph. Ralph can't move. And he was probably born somewhere where he couldn't perceive movement organically.
Yep.
So if you remove organic movement from life, then you're not going to know how to perceive movement.
Correct.
Which is fucking insane.
But what if everything else, like I said, like when you're driving in a car, what if you sit in the car
And
wheels are turning, but everything else is moving underneath of you and you're not actually going anywhere? You're changing the location of space-time around you.
around yourself. It's like, fuck. It's like Super Hot. Do you know what the game Super Hot is?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it's Super Hot. For anybody who doesn't know, Super Hot's a video game where you basically, every time that you move, everything else is allowed to move. But if you don't move, because your character basically controls space and time with their movement, nothing else moves.
Yeah. Now, actually, Sam brought up a good point just now. She had said, what about car accidents? Now, personally, I don't really know how to answer that, but the only thing that I could make sense of it would be, if my theory is right, would be on the quantum level, and you have a singularity plane colliding at a massive speed.
Yeah.
That doesn't mesh well with the other one. That would
right,
be the
and then they interrupt each other and shit goes sideways.
Yeah, you have a singularity and it blows up.
Yeah, that would make sense. That would probably that when you said that, the first thing that came to mind was like irregularity. So there's an irregularity in the equation that you're using for this spatial movement of your life, and then while processing this equation to fulfill whatever you're doing, there's an irregularity when doing one of these things, and bam, you get into a fucking car accident.
Yep.
Shit's crazy.
It was something for you to think about for your.
Yeah, I'm gonna stew on that because that is a heavy hitter. I like that. That's the stuff that April 20th episodes are gonna bring though. So that's the vibe. That's the vibe that we're carrying on with those kinds of episodes.
Yep.
But hey Chris, I appreciate your company tonight, sir. It was a very productive conversation.
Anytime, brother.
Yeah, man. And you gotta, if you remember anything else about Ralph that you can tell me, anytime, let me know.
Well, if I can find where my dad may have put him, I will introduce you to him.
I would most likely, if you can find Ralph and mend your argument ties with him, I would love for him to make an appearance, maybe even on the podcast if he's up for it.
Well, I was thinking if I can get a hold of him, maybe he could be a permanent guest and he just hangs out with you guys.
He could totally fucking do that. He would have his own camera and everything. Let him know. Give him my contact information. He'll be in good hands. Let him know he'll have accommodations, food, bathroom, everything that he needs.
He likes a king size bed from the Barbie dream house.
Okay.
Around that rough size.
I work at Target, so I might be able to work something out with the Barbie section people. But what that'll be part of me and Ralph's conversation if you get those contact information for me.
All right, I'll see if I can get them.
All right, I appreciate it, Chris. You have a good night. All right, have a happy merry Thursday.
All right, buddy. I'll talk to you next Tuesday.
Adios. Thank you, sir.
Peace.
Well, god dang. Look at that. All right, we're going to switch over to the wide view. That was a wonderful guest appearance. We got to make this happen a lot more often because I want to have more conversations like that. I want to have more organic conversations with different people every week. Whether it's Tuesday and Thursday, whether it's just Thursday, just Tuesday, I want to get more people on here. It's the whole point of this podcast. I want to let people feel like they have a space to talk about whatever they feel like talking about, whether it's about animals, whether it's about space, politics, why poetry is a thing, anything, history, anything. I love people to talk to. There's this podcast is exactly what I want. And the conversations that we've been having are amazing. But I want to have more people on. I want to have as many people on as possible. So if you guys can help me out with that, that would be amazing. And Chris, I have to thank him again, even though he's not on the phone. I appreciate you stopping by if you're on stream right now. And I want to obviously meet Ralph, but I gotta bring you back on podcast, maybe in person. That would also be cool. We'll be able to figure something out in regards to that. But as of for tonight, everybody, I think we're gonna end the podcast. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your attendance tonight. But come in next Tuesday. We're gonna have another stream at 7 p.m. Be there. Don't be square. Don't be late. I'm here. Instagram and Snapchat are in my YouTube. And yeah, thank you, everybody. Peace.